We all want to be those people that just like effortlessly cool. You know, those people that kind of have that cool older cousin type of aura? That is sauce right there. You see, in fashion, two people could be wearing the exact same fits, but look drastically different. One just has infinitely more swag. That is the power of sauce. And most people think that you're either born with it, like you have it, or you're not. But in this vid, I'm gonna be breaking down exactly how to develop it so that you can be more swaggy, confident, charismatic, and even interesting. But first, let's further define what sauce actually is. And I've prepared some examples. Boom. Sauce equals making something look effortless, almost as if you're just playing around. For example, those skateboarders that make a trick that's objectively insanely hard, they can make it look like you're just fucking around, you know, they're just messing around steezily. That is sauce. Or those people that could put on anything, the most random things, and make it look so stylish. That's sauce. Or even those guys who are just naturally good at every sport that they try. Football, soccer, randomly they know how to juggle, bruh. Sauce. They all got this effortlessly confident aura that wherever they go, it just makes them so charismatic. Sauce. So now that we've defined sauce, let's get into the formula. What plus what equals sauce? Well, sorry to blue ball you, but before we get into that, we have to talk about why most people don't have sauce, and it's because their formula is wrong. You see, most people think that sauce is linear. They think, what is it, like 1,000 hours, 10,000 hours of mastery, or what is that one? But in swag terms, if you're just buying fits, going to work, going to school, going to the gym, doing the same thing every day on repeat, sure, you're getting reps, but you're not adding on any experience points. Think of it in like video game terms, right? We're all playing the game. XP doesn't come from winning. It comes from surviving what tried to break you. Type shit right there. You see, sauce is not linear. It's multi-dimensional.
Hear me out. I know this gonna sound like some woo-woo astrology crystal girl type shit, but I promise it'll make sense.
For example, you know, think about it. If I'm trying to level up, you know, I kill a pig. Pigs give what, like 1 XP? But if I kill a zombie, that's 5 XP. But if I kill a blaze, that's 10 XP, bruh. Which means the harder and newer the challenge is, the more XP that it gives you, right? And the more that you level up. You know, think about it. If I'm just farming pigs and cows and chickens, these level 1 XP mobs all day, it's gonna take me
1,000 years
later to get to level 30 and beyond. So what I'm getting at here is to increase that sauce, you gotta put yourself in new situations in order to level up. It's literally like video game stats, bruh.
But Mateo, what goes here? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's talk about sauce phase 2.
For example, right? Let's say I'm grinding out my strength and agility stat at the gym. You know, I'm going to the gym or whatever. But think about it, like gym bros, there's so many gym bros, sure, they're jacked, they're in shape, but they're just gym bros, bro. They got nothing really interesting. Or like finance bros, they're grinding their money stat, but you talk to them and they're like brick walls, bro. That is not sauce right there. And remember, sauce is multi-dimensional. You gotta be well-rounded. You gotta have all your stats leveled up. When all your stats are leveled up, that is sauce right there. It's not just having that one stat that's way higher than the rest. So yes, you know, like most people, we're going to school, working out, like we're grinding out the main quest, grinding the main storyline. But sauce is multi-dimensional, you know, just how it is in video games. There's more stats than just strength and speed, bro. There's intellect, spirit, haste, you know, dexterity, charisma, tenacity, all these other stats that you gotta focus on leveling up in order to increase your sauce. But here's the thing that most people don't realize. You see, XP can decay. Just how in video games, you can lose levels from inactivity. In real life, your swag decays if you're not growing, if you're just doing the same missions every day, bruh. Basically what I'm saying is your sauce is gonna get rusty, and most people get rusty because they're not giving themselves anything new. They're not feeding their sauce. They're not treating their sauce with that love and that care that it needs, bruh. It needs that warm love and that only you can get. So what do we do about this? What is the solution to not be rusty, to not be on some like old head, like, oh, back in my day, we want to be new gen, but like the cool new gen? Basically, boom, to level up your sauce, start side questing more. Start side questing more. And this is the biggest thing that most people don't realize, don't forget. Think about it, Brett. Just like in video games, as I'm always saying, just like in video games, life imitates art type shit. Oftentimes, the best loot comes from the side quests. Oftentimes, the best loot comes from the side quest, bro. You sure if you're grinding the main quest, boom, oh, side quest appears. Do you want to take it? If you take it, bro, there might be a mystery reward that gives you some legendary armor, gives you legendary sword that will help you kill the boss, bro. That's life imitates art, art imitates life. Crazy how it works like that. Start side questing more. For example, last week I went to the Blade New York concert. I wouldn't say I go out too much, but that night I found myself in the middle of the mosh pit. I was getting collapsed on, bro. I basically getting boxed in by sweaty Drain Gang fans. I was getting boxed in like a fish. That's all I'm gonna say. Pause. Not like that, but yeah. And that's not something that I usually do. So it was like a newer, it was uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. There was moments when I was fighting for my life in that mosh. I didn't think I was gonna make it out. But look at me now. Look at me now. And now that's a new experience that I have. That's some lore to tell. I'm like, oh yeah, bro, I almost died type shit. I could be like exaggerating it, like, oh, the Drain Gang fans were all up on me. I was getting pushed around. I got elbowed. Some 6'5" fool wasn't all up on me. And sure, it's not the craziest side quest ever. Like, I didn't go backpacking in the Himalayas or anything. But that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is I put myself in a situation that I'm normally not in, and I gained a new experience. And the thing you got to realize is new experiences are going to do two things. First, they're going to make you more interesting because, as I said, you got more lore to tell. You got more crazy, cool tales that you survive. You got more stuff to talk about, basically. AKA, you're building that life experience. And second, new experiences are going to build your taste. Like, bro, think about it. When you travel, you feel like your third eye just opened up. You're like, holy shit, bro, I thought I knew everything. I thought if you live in America, I thought America was so great. Like, we got Costco, we got Whole Foods. You get what I'm saying? We got I guess other countries got burgers and shit, but you're like, America's so great. We got Walmart, But then let's say you went to Japan, and now you're like, oh, bro, let me tell you about Japanese toilets. Japanese toilets crazy, but the water goes, and you're like, boom, that is XP right there. And it's multi-dimensional. You're building up all your other social stats. For instance, let's take my Blade example. I was in the mosh. That's a new experience. And now the next time that I'm out meeting people, I have more interesting things to talk about than just 6-7 Love Island all the time, and bro, that is really where the cool guy, interesting guy aura comes from, bro. That's sauce right there. But I do want to point out, side questing does not mean that you gotta throw yourself into moshes and solo travel across the world. Like, you don't gotta be that one unemployed homie on a Tuesday afternoon, bro. It could be as simple as just changing small things from your daily routine. For example, for me, I've been trying to watch one movie a week instead of doom scrolling as much. Yes, I'm still on my ass glued to a screen, but it's different. I'm opening myself up to new stories, new art that I wouldn't have seen if I was just doom scrolling for 2 hours. And by opening myself up to those new things, I have so much more inspiration that I could take from. That's literally such a simple way of just building up your taste stat. Just good taste. You're seeing new ideas, bro, getting new things, creative juices flowing in, bro. This is what I'm saying. If you're an artist or like anyone creative, this is actually, in my opinion at least, I think this is the method. I could be wrong. If you guys got a better method, put me on in the comments. Oh, and one thing I want to say is that if you think that I'm just like yapping here, like, bro, what is this method you're talking about? This ain't no method, bro. Think about it though. Everyone takes references. Everyone takes inspo from something else, from somewhere else. For example, if you like Playboi Carti, you probably are gonna try and dress like Playboi Carti. If you like Tyler the Creator, you're gonna try and dress like Tyler the Creator. You can see the references, you can see the inspiration from everywhere, bro. We all know what a Tyler the Creator fan dress is like. We all know what a Playboy Cardi fan dress is like. That's sauce level 1. But think about it. If you're exposing yourself to more and more stuff, you're expanding your bubble of things that you can pull inspiration from. Now it's not just Playboy Cardi and Tyler the Creator. You can mix and match what you want. Like, think about it, man. Chocolate and vanilla, combine that shit, you got a swirl. That was a corny ass analogy, but like, you guys get what I'm saying. If you're just pulling from basic TikTok style, you're gonna dress basic TikTok style. But if you're pulling from like this badass movie character that you really love from your favorite movie, and then like maybe you went on a Japan trip and now you're like kind of into Japanese streetwear or whatever, and then let's say you got into hiking for a couple months and your style has a mix of like hiking wear, but that combination right there is so much more interesting than just day one fashion NPC TikTok for you page, bro. You're more diversified. You got so much more experience in terms of who has more sauce. You're gonna be running laps around everyone else who are just scrolling on the same algorithm every day, bro. That's why I'm saying, bro, open yourself up to the new possibilities. You don't know how good it could be, bro. It's literally a cheat code. This is what I'm saying. It's literally a cheat code. And the man himself, Master Shifu, said it. If you only do what you can do, you will never be more than what you are now. Oh, shit. That's deep right there. That's real shit. So if y'all see the vision and you guys mess with how I break down swag and art and all that good stuff, you'll mess with, boom, the free Guild newsletter. I send out these legendary loot scrolls that got majestic music, cool art stuff, and me yapping with a little bit of wisdom on the side. Join for free. The link's in the description. And now for the moment we've been waiting for. What is the perfect formula? We've already established that sauce equals like that multi-dimensional XP and side quests, but unfortunately we can't F around and find out all day. We also do got to be locked in on the main quest too. So what is the perfect ratio? Boom. Sauce equals you're locked in to side questing percentage. In my opinion, I suggest find the right balance between being locked in and side questing. I'd say probably anywhere from 70 to 30 to 90, 10% locked into side questing. Like, obviously the ratio is going to be a little different for everyone depending on where you're at in your journey, where you're at in like your plot line and everything. Just experiment with what works best for you, because you don't want to be too far on either side. That's how your stats get super like high and then low instead of well-rounded is what I'm saying. Yeah, I think for me, I'm probably like an 80-20. I low-key feel like I should be doing a little more side quests, but like I be going on walks, but I'm trying to go on like a mountain wilderness exploration type of thing, you know? I'm trying to have like a nature arc type thing. That would be fire. But basically for you guys, I'm challenging you, accept more side quests. I know we're supposed to do like the winter arc and shit thing, but you do gotta build some lore too. You know, only you know how locked in you've been. So just, you know, do something outside of your comfort zone. Yeah, like the more you F around, the more you find out. That's really what it is. Find that balance for you. Anyways, join the free Guild newsletter. And if you want to watch my vid on fashion racism, click the video here.